Hello, everyone. So this is the first session or first lecture for your management accounting module. So I will be the lecturer for this module in this semester. So since this is the first um, session, so in this first session, first of all, I will give you some ideas about the assignment. So we call the assignment discussion. Because for this module, you have uh, assignments is your assessment for this module. So you're going to have a two assignments. So first of all, we will give a quick glance over the assignments, how many assignments, and what are the learning outcomes in each assignment. And then later on, we move on to the uh, to the uh, to the learning outcome one, so which is the information or the teaching informations about learning outcome one, right? So let's start with the, as you can see, I already mentioned here, assignment discussion. So, okay. So in assignments for this module, you have uh, two assignments, right? Assignment one and two, right? And each assignments, you have a two learning outcomes. So which means in assignment one, you have learning outcome one and learning outcome two, right? And in assignment two, of course, you have two learning outcomes, means learning outcome three and learning outcome four, right? So let's start with the learning outcome one. So what this learning outcome is about. This learning outcome basically focus more on the introductions of management accounting. So in other words, we can say that understanding of management accounting system. This is your learning outcome one. Understanding of management accounting system, right? And learning outcome two is a range of management accounting techniques, right? So we have a wide range of management accounting techniques, so that will be more likely to discuss in learning outcome two. Okay. Learning outcome three is mainly about planning, controlling decision making. So in other words, we can say that planning tools used in management accounting. Planning tools used in management accounting. And learning outcome four is respond to the financial problems. If a company gonna face any kind of financial problems, how being a management accountant, you're gonna respond it, right? So learning outcome four is a management accountant respond to the financial problems, right? Financial. So since assignment one is your first assignment, so in this session, I will focus more on the assignment one content. So once you submitted assignment one, then we will move on to give you, I mean, we will move on to the detailed discussion for assignment 2, right? Regarding your assignment submission deadline, uh, hopefully in our next session, which will be on Friday, tomorrow. So in this session, we will discuss about the assignments submission deadline. So normally I give like 4 weeks to submit student assignments, all right? But anyway, you don't have to worry much about it. So tomorrow we will discuss much more in detail your submission deadline, and I believe I'm going to give you sufficient time to complete all the tasks. This is the one thing. And second thing regarding your assignment 1, since you never studied this management accounting or any subject related to management accounting, so I think this subject is quite new for you. Of course, you already finished, I guess, which is principle of accounting, but the information that you are getting through the principle of accounting more relevant to the financial accounting. That's going to be your next semester module. So since this is a kind of completely new subject for you, so normally what I do with the management accounting students, I provide them some outline. So that outline gives the detailed informations of your assignment, each task, all right? So in other words, you can say that with the help of assignments, you're gonna get the ideas of each task, right? Because normally for accounting modules, students, they send me email, they said, teacher, what I have to write down in this subject? Do I have enough information, sufficient information, or did I miss anything or skip anything? Because sometimes your assignment task is quite straightforward. But of course, this is your assignments, it's not an exam, so you have a more time to do some kinds of research. So that's why with the help of outline, you're going to get the ideas that in that particular task, what are the important information you have to write. Of course, outline is not your solution, is not the answer of each question, but with the help of outline, you understand what information I am looking for this particular learning outcomes, not just a calculation. Even though if a calculation, how I gonna present this calculation. So I'm gonna give you some tips, some hint through the outline that definitely will help you to improve the quality of your assignments, right? Or it's also help you to write down assignments if you have no idea how to do assignments. And if you have your own ideas to write your assignments, that's fine. You do not need to follow outline. It's completely your choice, right? Okay, so that's the basic information, but of course, tomorrow we will discuss more about it. So now we move on to the learning outcome 1. So learning outcome 1, I am divide this learning outcome 1 into 3 sessions, 3 lectures, right? 3 sessions or 3 lectures, you can say that, right? In first session, which is today's session, it's a first session, all right? So I write down here. Okay, anyway, I will give you later. So in session 1, I will provide you introductions, all right? In today's session, you will study about introduction of management accounting. So in which you're gonna learn about what is the meaning of management accounting. Then you're gonna learn about scope of management accounting. Then you're gonna learn about some principles of management accounting. And finally, you're gonna learn about the difference between financial accounting and um, management accounting. What's the difference, right? So of course, for accounting related modules for this your BTEC H&D qualifications, you have two subjects related to accounting: management accounting and financial accounting. So this semester you will learn about management accounting, and next semester you will learn about financial accounting. Right? So there's a difference between financial accounting and management. Right? So this is the first lecture. All right. And second lecture is about different types of management accounting, right? In these different types of management accounting, you're going to learn about cost accounting system, right? Cost accounting system or information. Next one is inventory management or inventory management system, right? Which is just in time, just in case, right? Then you're gonna learn about inventory management system. Also, that is your inventory management system, and then you're gonna learn about price optimizing, system, and finally, and the last thing you're gonna learn is about job costing system. Job costing system. So these are the mainly 4 types of management accounting you're gonna learn um, in this second session, which is also belongs to your learning outcome 1. Okay. Now, third session or third lecture, you will learn about it's about users, right? It's about users or presenting financial information, which is of course for the users. So you're going to learn about types of users. There are 2 types of users. I believe you also studied these 2 types of users uh, in your previous session, previous module, which was Principle of Accounting, right? So you will learn about the types of users and then how they make a decision, right? So decision making. All right. So which means how these kinds of users uh, they're gonna make a decisions. All right. So that is your learning outcome 1. And learning outcome 2, you also have 4, 5, 6. So you have another 3 sessions or 3 lectures for learning outcome 2. So in learning outcome 2, the first session or the 4th session of your whole course, or the first session for your learning outcome 1, in which you will learn about microeconomics techniques. Microeconomic techniques mainly focus more on, there are various techniques, but we focus more on the management accounting, sorry, uh, management accounting, marginal costing, and absorption costing, right? Then second session for your learning outcome 2 is about product costing. Product costing. In product costing, you're going to learn 2 methods. The first one is ABC, activity-based costing, and second method is a traditional costing, right? So this is the second lecture for your learning outcome 2. And the last session for your assignment 1 or learning outcome 2 is cost of inventory. Cost of inventory. In this cost of inventory, you're going to learn about different types of cost of inventory, because there are various costs related to the inventory, right? So this is the my teaching plan for assignment 1. Of course, these are 6 sessions, all right? 6 teaching sessions. After finish all the learning outcome, I will give you 7th session, right? So 7th session. This 7th session, this is 6 sessions, right? So 7th session is about revision. Revision for your assignment 1. In this revision, I will give you full outline, all right? And of course, I will explain to you this outline as well, all right? So keep in your mind, once you receive the assignments, so make sure you keep your assignments with you, because once I finish learning outcome 1, once I finish learning outcome 1, I will give you outline, right, for learning outcome 1. And finish means I'm not only teaching you theory about management accounting, but time to time, step by step, whatever topic we have covered depends upon your assignments. We will do the calculation for those. So which means side by side, my teaching, I'm also giving you information about your assignments question. All right, so it means you're doing your assignments side by side. Normally it's happened, right? At the end of the lecture, I will tell you that this question belongs to, this information belongs to this question and this learning outcomes. All right, so at the end of these sessions, once you receive assignments, all right, so at the end of each session, I will provide you information which is directly related to your assignment. So which means we're doing assignments time to time, right? So of course, in the last session, which is the 7th session for your assignment 1, in this seventh session, we will discuss your assignments much more in detail. But again, not only 7th session, time to time, as we are finishing the topics and which comes from your assignments, and then we will discuss it, all right? And another important thing, keep in your mind that once you finish any task, so like for example, today I give you information about question 1 in your assignments, let's say, right? So I already taught you how to do calculation, and you're doing that, all right? So keep in your mind one thing, I'm not gonna let you do assignments at home, right? So you have to, if we have online sessions, of course you have to do it at home. But if we have a on-campus teaching, means if university opens soon, then in the class I will give you instruction, and you will do solve some question for your assignments in the class, right? So we make sure that you're doing your assignments each time, right? So and that's why whatever task we have finished, if you want, you already finished task, you finished writing your assignments uh, for that particular task. If you want, you can send me your assignments, all right, to just have a look, so I can give you some feedback. I mean, even though you haven't submitted your assignments, all right. So in that feedback, I'm not gonna give you the results, pass or fail, but the reason to send me that assignment is that improve the quality of your assignments, all right? So I can give you some feedback, you can make some changes, improvements in your assignments, and when you finally submit your assignments, then of course your quality is already improved, right? And one more thing that in this revision session, uh, revision session, besides your outline, I will also tell you how to write assignments. So which means I'm gonna give you structure of writing assignments, right? So the structure means these are the important part of the assignments. It's like a report, all right? Assignments means report, all right? How you gonna write this report? What information is in that report? Of course, you have to start with cover page and then table of content, introduction, assignment body, which is all task, conclusion, references, and appendix, right? This is the complete structure. So I will also give you this structure, that how to prepare table of content, how to do introductions, and blah, 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 all right? So that structure is very important for my modules, right? If you want, you can follow the same structure for the other subjects. It's completely your decision. But for my subjects, you really have to follow the structure that I will provide you, right? Structure or the way to write a reports or to write assignments, right? That's very important for these modules, right? So 7 sessions for assignment 1 and 8 sessions for assignment 2, right? Because assignment 2, I guess it's a little bit longer and a little bit complicated or more technical compared to assignment 1, right? I believe your learning outcome 1 is less technical compared to learning outcome 2. In learning outcome 2, you're gonna have a different calculation. I mean, you're gonna face a lot of calculations in your learning outcome 2, right? But in your learning outcome 1, I guess you're gonna see um, 1 to 2 questions. I mean, 1 to 2 question about calculation. So it's about learning outcome 1 and 2. But anyway, I'm still in the process of preparing your assignments. So hopefully you will receive your assignments within this week, and then next week onwards, whatever information I'm giving you at the end of session, I will talk about the assignments, right? So that's all about your assignment 1. All right, so assignment 2, as I said, we will discuss later. It's not because it's not the right time to discuss assignment 2. So let's start with the first lecture, right? So first lecture is about introduction, right here. So that's the first session. So I will say 1, right? Introduction. So in this introduction, we start with the what is management accounting, right? What is management accounting, right? Before we start management accounting, we need to understand what is accounting, all right? And I hope you already studied what is the meaning of accounting in your previous module, which is principle of accounting, but I give you quick ideas about what is accounting, right? In simple words, accounting means collecting, analyzing, and interpretations, right? That's called the accounting. In other words, or in simple words, recording information, it's called accounting, right? It's a process of recording information, right? And why we need information? Of course, in order to make a decision, who make a decisions? Different peoples, and those peoples called users. Users means the people who use informations to make decisions. I could be a users, you could be a users, right? So when we talk about the users, then you understand what is the meaning of users and what are the types of users, all right? So accounting divided into two parts, all right? Financial accounting, management accounting. As I said before, this subject is about management accounting. And next semester, when you move on to the next level, then you're going to study financial accounting. All right. So let's start with the uh, management accounting. What is the meaning of management accounting? Management accounting is a process, right? So it's a process to get information. It's a process to collect the informations for managers. For what? In order to make decisions, right? In simple words, we can say that with the help of management accounting or management accountant providing informations to the managers. For what? For making decisions. What decisions managers they make, we will study later when we discuss about the scope of management accounting, right? Or that's the one way to understand what is management accounting, right? Or we can say that management accounting provides financial information or fund. Remember, it's information means financial information, right? Financial information. So management accountant provides financial informations to internal users. These are the internal users. So managers are part of the internal users. So in other words, we can say that whenever managers in the organizations, when they need informations, management accounting provides informations to them. And of course, why they need informations? They need informations to make a decision. All right? That's the ideas behind management accounting, right? It's a process to collect the informations in order to make decisions, all right? So managers, they apply this management accounting system to get informations to make necessary decisions, whatever decisions company they need, right? So that's the very basic ideas behind management accounting, right? Next. So this is A. What is the meaning of management accounting, right? Now we talk about B. Is the scope. What is the scope of management accounting, right? Or management accounting. So remember, sometimes I say management accountant And sometimes I say management accounting is the same thing. Accounting, management accounting, it's a process of information, or it's an information, right? Or management accountant is the person who involved to collect this information and provide this information to the managers. All right. If you are the person who are collecting information through management accounting process, you are the management accountant. Accountant means person, right? Or management accountant is a person who provides information to the internal users, right? So that's management accounting. Now, what is the scope of management accounting? Means, in simple words, what management accountant can do, or what is the role of management accountant in the organization? Which kinds of activity management accountant involve? All right. So the first thing is a planning and controlling. Management accounting involves in planning. Now, what does it mean, planning? I believe you already studied planning in your some management courses, but I give you quick ideas for the planning. Planning is the process that helps us to achieve the objectives. All right. With the help of planning, we involve in such kinds of actions that is required to achieve the goals. All right. That's the job of the management accounting, right? That's planning, right? So it's actions that help us to achieve objective. Now, controlling. What is the controlling? In simple words, controlling means you can also call it performance measurements. So that's another way to understand controlling. Performance measurements. Measuring the performance. Controlling is the way to measure the performance, right? So how we measure the performance? We measure the performance by comparing the two results. One result we want to achieve, that's come through the planning, goals that we want to achieve, and one result we actually achieve, right? You're gonna compare it. So that comparison called controlling. For example, you comes to the class first day of the semester, right? So let's say management accounting. And first day of the class, you're gonna make a decision about your targets. Means how many marks you wanna achieve for this module. You're gonna decide the first day of the subject. So let's say you want to achieve 80% marks, all right? This is your planned results, something that you want to achieve, right? And you go to the class, exams, assignment, whatever is this assessment, and at the end of the semester, you go to your results, actual results. So now you're gonna compare. Your planned results was 80%, right? And at the end of semester, you sit for exams and you got the results. And for example, your results is 70%, all right? 80%, 70%. So what does it mean? Your performance is good or bad? Of course, bad, because you did not achieve your goal. This is called controlling. This is called performance measurements, right? So this is the role of the management accountant, all right? And how we measure the performance, as I said, by comparing results, all right? by comparing results. Results you want to achieve and actually achieve. This is called control, right? Next is calculate product and service, products or services profitability. All right. Now, what does it mean, product profitability? Product profitability means that product has an ability to make profit or not. If the product has an ability to make profit, you will continue with that product. If the product has the ability to make profit, then you will continue producing this product, right? So this product profitability, we will discuss later in your assignment 2 here. Sorry, in assignments 1, third session, right? So I will write down here product profitability. So remember that. All right. Product profitability. This product has the ability to make profit or not. In simple words, we should continue with this production or product manufacturing process or not. That's the meaning of product profitability. Okay, we will discuss later when we come up with some calculations, examples, right? Okay, so calculating product profitability, this is very important things, and this is the job of the management accountant. Financial accountant, they don't do that, right? I am planning to produce this product. Is it profitable to produce or not? Who will decide? Management accountant will decide. That's the meaning of role and scope of management accountant. Next is maximize efficiency and effectiveness. All right. Maximize efficiency and effectiveness. Now, what does it mean, efficiency? Efficiency means performance, your capability, your capacity, right? Capability or capacity, that's indicate the efficiency. How many product one worker can produce in one day? Every organization, they want that this worker maximize his or her efficiency. So means this worker will increase its performance by maximizing the number of products, right? So that's very important. So management accountant is involved that how can we maximize of particular things, particular assets, either it's a human assets or it's a capital assets, all right? How can we maximize it? This is the scope of the management accountant. Not just efficiency, effectiveness, all right? Effectiveness means in simple words, effectiveness means quality of outputs, quality of your outputs. That's is effectiveness. Let's say worker normally produce 10 products in a day, all right? So with the help of supervisions, with the help of training, with the help of more resources, maybe the performance of that person, worker, will increase. That's called efficiency, right? But now the question is, before, let's say he was producing or she was producing 10 products in a day, and now he's improved to the 12 or 15 products in a day. all right? But now the question is, the quality of product is same or it reduced? Means if someone performance is increasing, whether it's giving any impact on the output or not. If performance increase, right, but the quality of products decrease, that do not indicates, I mean, that's not good. That's not the sign of effectiveness, right? So in simple words, quality of outputs or something that we get it, that's very important. Okay, let me give you another example. Uh, how many hours you study? How many hours you study? This is called efficiency. And in these hours, how many hours you focused? You study 5 hours and you focus 5 hours. That's a sign of good efficiency and effectiveness. All right. But you study 5 hours means you sit on your computer 5 hours. But in this 5 hours, sometimes somebody will call you. Sometimes you go to drink water, you go to cook, and you go to watch TV, and then you come back. That's not the sign of effectiveness. Right? So that's very important. How can we maximize efficiency and effectiveness of our resources? Right? That's the job of the management accountant. Right? Next is assess capital investment. Now, what is capital investment? Capital investment. And you know that what is a capital? Capital is the amount of money that we need to start and run the business. That's called capital. And capital investment means use that money to buy assets, right? It's called invest, right? So let's say you bought a motorbike to come to school, right? And the informations that you are getting in the school, it's your return, it's your profit, it's your, let's say, benefits. So spending money on motorbike is your investment, right? So before making any kinds of investment or any kinds of capital investment, it's very important to assess whether we're gonna invest money in this particular asset is a good decision or bad decision, right? For example, you're planning to buy a computer, right, to study. So now you have two options. First option, you buy laptop. Second option, you buy desktop, right? So before you invest money buying laptop, oh sorry, buy computer, either desktop or laptop, you have to assess which one is a more beneficial for you, desktop or laptop. All right. You know that you are a student. Every day you have to go to schools. Not every day, but 5 days in a week you have to go to school. Uh, so buying a laptop is much more uh, uh, is much better option than investing money to buy desktop, right? Because most of the time you have to travel, right? So the idea I'm trying to explain here is that whatever money you're gonna invest in that particular assets, we have to assess it because money is not unlimited. Every kinds of business has a limited money. So before you invest that money, spend that money, we have to think carefully that this option is a good for investment or another option is a good for investment, right? Next is advise on product mix, market pricing decision and investment. Instead of investment, we should say use of scarce resources, right? Okay. So advice. Management accountant advice to the management on all these kinds of issues. The first issue is about product mix. Now, what is the meaning of product mix? Product mix means when company is producing different types of product instead of just one type, like as Apple. Apple company, they produce MacBook, right? iPhones, iWatch, iPod, TV, some semiconductor things, right? So these are the different kinds of products that Apple company is producing. That's called a product mix, all right? So company should involve in a product mix or not, all right? So it depends, right? It depends, because if you going to involve in a product mix, your resources gonna be allocated. Uh, uh, your efficiency may increase, decrease, it depends, all right? Or maybe your revenue maybe increase, decrease. So the idea is that company should involve in product mix or not. That advice is provided by the management accountant, right? If product mix, then what kind of product, right? If the if the cold drink companies, they sell soft drink, whether they should involve in a mineral water business product or not, all right? So that's the meaning of product mix. Next one is the number two. I will say here too. Number two is the markets. So they try to advise in order to understand the markets. All right. So they provide information about the markets. About information about the markets means demand of the particular product in a market. Whether is uh, this product has a high demand in the markets or low demand in the markets, right? Or this is the right time to launch product in a markets or not, right? Like, for example, um, like as nowadays, right? All the world is affected from the coronavirus, right? So if company was planning to to launch a new product in the month of February or March in US, probably that company should drop that ideas or postpone that idea to launch a new product probably once all the pandemic finished, right? So that's kind of advice basically management accountant will provide to the management, right? Next is the pricing decisions, right? Pricing decision means when company going to sell its product in a markets, at what price company should launch its product, right? So there are various factors affect, right? Not just only the cost, right? But how we decide the price that we gonna charge from the customers. So that's kind of decisions taken by the management accountant, right? And the last one, number 4, is a use of scarce resources, right? Use of scarce resources means the meaning of scarce resources is a limited resources, right? Company has of course, if we have a limited resources, then uh, then which product we should choose first to produce that to use that resources. For example, I have a machine. Uh, that machine, uh, has a limited hours. The machine can run only 10 hours in a day, for example. So I have two types of pen here, right? Two types of product. Let's say it's an example of product mix as well, right? Two types of products, right? So which product I should produce first? Of course, it depends. The product is a high profitable, we should produce product. So that's the decision taken by the management accountant that which product is a more profitable. All right, management accountant help us to estimate. So once we estimate the rank, means which product we should produce first, and then we're gonna use our limited resources, which is machine hours, to produce this pen. And if any machine hours are left, then we apply on this product, right? That's the meaning of use of scarce resources. So that's all about your scope of management accounting. So now we move on to next. So, introductions. So we finish A and B. Now we move on to C. We move on to C. C is the principles of management accounting. Principles of management accounting, right? So here we have 4 principles on which management accounting is based. The first one is, of course, it's all about informations, right? So first principle is information is relevant. So as you know that it's all about decision making, right? So you can see here in all this kind of scope of management accountant, no matter whether it's a planning, it's a control, it's a calculating profit or maximizing, assessing, advising, all these things has a common thing. What is a common thing on all these kind of things? The common thing is a decision making. All right? Decision making means decide what to do, what not to do. Right? So in order to make a right decision, what is the most important thing? The important thing is the information. If information is wrong, decision is wrong. All right? So it's very important that whatever information we need it, that information should be relevant to that particular decision that we are going to make it. So let's say we are planning to let me give you more practical examples. Company is planning to launch, let's say Apple company planning to launch a new product, new iPhone, right? So they need a particular information from the people that what are the good and bad things that they heard about the previous iPhones, all right? So on the basis of that information, company will make a decisions that we should add those kinds of new features in our new iPhones, right? So that's why, in simple words, they need information. Information is important, right? Now, relevant. So, as I said, information is relevant. How we can make information relevant? We make information relevant through the best available resources. All right. Make sure you use your best resources in order to get the best information. Right? Use your best source, best links in order to get the high quality of information. Again, if the high information has a high quality, your decision going to be very good. Right? So use the way, use some kinds of options that maximize the quality of information, detailed information. That's very important, right? Second one is whatever information you are getting, that information must be reliable, right? Reliable. Reliable means that information has a trustworthy. We believe that information is not a fake, right? It's a real information. It exists, right? It's not just a illusion or imaginary things, right? And third thing, information is relevant is about contextual, right? Which means information is readable, understandable, right? If we are getting high quality information, but we cannot interpret that information or we cannot understand that information, there is no any reason to use that information, right? So make sure that information must be understandable. It makes sense. So managers or different kinds of people, they can understand that information to make a right decision, right? So that's the first principle. Right? That's the first principle. Now move on to the second principle, which is communications. Communication that provides insight which is influential, right? Okay. Uh, if we want to achieve anything, make sure we have an appropriate or right right channel to transfer information from one person to the another person. So in simple words, communication is very important. If there is a lack of communications, what does it mean? Lack of quality of informations. If lack of quality of informations, not the best or right decision. So communication is really important, right? So, so we have some other things to understand this communication, which is influential, which is influence, right? First thing is the execution is a conversation. Execution is conversation. Now, what does it mean? Execution is conversation. Execute means apply or implement any kinds of thing in an organization. And conversation means exchange of information, which is communications. Which means if you want to execute something in an organization, it's very important to transferring the information. If there is kind of barrier in the communication process, we're not going to execute uh, that particular policy principle in the right way, right? So that's really important. So again, communication is important. Right? Next one is communication is tailored. Communication is tailored. What does it mean? Communication is tailored, which means make sure whatever information we are giving, we are not using the specific language that we get it from the someone else. What does it mean? For example, in organization, you know that we have a three level of management, or three level of people: top management, middle management, and the bottom management, right? If you look at uh, their I would say uh, critical thinking point of view or education level point of view, you will find out the language top management, they use it not commonly used at the used by the bottom managers, right? So what does it mean? Let's say I'm a middle manager. So what is the role of job of middle manager? Middle manager. Job of middle manager is that get the order from top managers and transfer that information to the bottom managers, right? So I have to transform information that I'm getting from top managers to the bottom managers so they can understand. So in other words, I have to simplify the information that bottom managers people can understand. So let me give you another example. Uh, Textbooks, teachers, students, right? Sometimes the language is used in a textbook may not be understandable by the student. So what teacher does? Teacher transform that language in such a way that students can understand. So it means they simplify the, the language of the textbook. This is called communication is tailored. We should not exactly copy and paste that information we are getting from one person to another person, because the information I'm getting from this person, that person education level is so high, right? So, and the information that I'm going to transfer to this person education level may be a little bit lower than this person. So I am convert that information in such way that that the lower level person can easily understand it, right? So that all these things could be done through the communications, right? So that's very important things in the second principle. So number 3, 2, and 3. So number 3 is stewardship. Stewardship builds trust. How can we build trust? Because building a trust from one person to another person, it's very important. Because organization is a group of people, right? They need each others to achieve the objective. But if they have a lack of trust, how can we achieve objectives? So if one person not going to believe another person, how they going to transfer the information to another one? So building a trust is very important, right? How this trust could be possible? That trust could be possible through the various things. The first one is accountability. Accountability. Accountability means what is your responsibility? It's in the words. what top manager asks you to do, right? What is your responsibilities accounting, right? So whatever task has been assigned to me, I am doing the task on time. So it means I am building a trust among other people about my performance, right? And of course, which is good for the managers or the top managers or the management or organizations, right? Next one, define the trust is integrity. Right? Integrity and ethics. Integrity means honesty, professionalism towards your work, so professional behavior, right? And ethics means do the right things, don't do something bad. And the third important point is sustainability. Sustainability means organization not always profit oriented. Organization should think about something which is beyond the financial issues, which is society or environments. Organization must think about environments, planets, social lives, and all these kind of things, right? So breaching any kinds of social contracts may damage the organization reputations, may damage the trust that organization build among the customers, right? So means do not, being organizations, do not involve in any kinds of actions that damage the society, that damage the environments, right? Socio-cultural things, not only economical. It shouldn't be only just financial and monetary oriented. So must be make some actions that give the positive impacts over the environments. All right. So that's also called it corporate social responsibility. So that corporate social responsibilities means organization has the responsibilities towards the society as well, not just profit making things, right? And now we move on to the last principle, fourth principles, which is about value. Number four. Impact on value is analyzed. Value of the business, which is credibility, customer satisfaction, it could be a goodwill, all right? So it's very important, whatever is the impact of the particular action on the company's value, that must be measured, right? How we can measure it? That could be measured probably using cause and effect relationship, between input and output, all right? Casual cause and effect relation. So because input is a cause and output is an effect. All right. So whatever you're gonna use in an input, that's gonna give impacts over the output. All right. So if you study good, you get good grades. Right. So in simple words. So that's really important to apply cause and effect relationship uh, between inputs and outputs. Next one is scenarios analysis to analyze the value. Scenario analysis. Now, what is the meaning of scenario analysis? Scenario analysis means analyze the external environments, right? Some kinds of feedbacks, positive, negatives, right? Getting some review by the people, by the users about your organization's product and the services. By doing that, we can analyze it. That's kind of feedback is a sign of good impacts over the firm value or bad impacts over the firm value, right? So that's kind of things could be done. So that's all about the principles about management accounting. Right? So now we move on to the last. So introduction. We move on to the last point of this session one is about the difference between financial accountant and management accountant, right? What's the difference? So first difference is about users, all right? Financial accounting is a process which provides information to external users, right? And management accountant is a process which provides information to the internal users, right? External, internal. Right? Number two is a purpose of information. Purpose of information. You know that management accounting involved in planning and controlling. You know that. So that's the purpose of management accounting, to provide information. So managers can make a decisions. And if you want to make a decision, you have to go through with the planning and controlling process. The decision is a combination of planning and controlling. So with the help of management accounting, managers will able to make a decisions, right? Decision making through planning and controlling, right? And financial accounting purpose is to provide information for investment point of view. Different kinds of users, they want to make a different decision. One of them is a shareholders. So shareholder make investment decisions. The shareholders, they use financial information to make investment decisions, right? Next is a time dimension. Financial accounting focused on the past information, right? They use the past information. Whatever has done it, they use that information, record it, and provide information to the users, external users. And management accounting, of course, about planning. And planning means something about future goals, policy, decisions, anything, right? Number 4 is scope. So what is the, I would say that, a behavior of recording the information. Financial accounting normally quarterly or yearly, right? Quarterly, yearly, financial accounting. So financial reports, quarterly prepare or yearly. However, management accounting, they provides information on weekly or monthly basis, right, to the users, weekly or monthly, right? Financial accounting provides quarterly and yearly informations, and management accounting weekly or monthly. And the last difference is based. Financial accounting based on a particular standard that you're gonna study uh, in your uh, in your financial accounting modules, standards. So on the basis, so whatever information we're gonna record, the way we record the informations in our accounts in financial accounting, we use the standard. Standard, I would say that it's a framework that we use it to record the information. However, management accounting, it depends upon cost and benefits. Cost and benefits. So whatever money we're gonna spend it, what will be the benefits from it, right? So that's, so I give you here only 5 uh, differences, but it's just ideas. But it doesn't mean that we have just only 5 differences. Could be more, right? But I think that's enough to find the difference between financial accounting and management accounting, right? So that's all about your first session of your BTEC HND management accounting course, right? So we stop here. So in our next session, which is going to be tomorrow, hopefully, in tomorrow's sessions, we will discuss about something about assignments, like as assignment deadline, and then we move on to the here. So this is for today, right? So here is today's sessions, right? So tomorrow here. So tomorrow we will study about the types of management accounting, which means 1 to 65, right? All this kind of things, right? So that's all about it. So make sure before you come to the next session, which is tomorrow's or second session, please watch this video. It's really important because your second session is based upon your first session information. So remember, all the sessions, they have a relations, right? Especially special session 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So they all are related to each other. So make sure you watch this video before you come to the next session, all right? So I'll see you soon. Thank you.